When you pay for insurance, you're basically buying some peace of mind. But have you ever really stopped to wonder what happens to your money after you pay that premium? I mean, it's not just sitting in a vault somewhere. It's actually part of this fascinating story about who really owns the risk. Is it you or is it the insurer? And believe me, understanding that story is the key to choosing the right policy. So let's just start with this one simple question. You pay your premium month after month, year after year, but where does that money actually end up? It definitely doesn't just sit in a box with your name on it. And the answer to this question, well, it pretty much reveals the fundamental mechanics of the entire insurance industry. You see, this is a story with two totally different perspectives, the insurer's side and your side as the customer. And while both stories start with you paying your premium, the way each one handles risk couldn't be more different. All right, let's kick things off with the insurer. For them, it is all about building this massive safety net to handle whatever the future might throw at them. And a huge piece of that net is something called the unexpired risk reserve. So what is this URR thing? The easiest way to think about it is like a required savings account for the insurance company. You know, when you pay for a full year of car insurance up front, well, the company can't just count all that cash as profit right away. Nope. They have to set aside the part that covers the rest of the year, the unexpired bit of your policy. This reserve is basically their proof that they can actually keep the promise they made to you. Here's a great analogy. An insurance company is kind of like a squirrel gathering nuts for the winter. Your premiums, those are the nuts. The company can't just eat them all at once. It has to set them aside because it knows winter, or in this case, a future claim is always a possibility. This provision is absolutely essential for their financial health and, their ability to actually pay you when you need it most. The mechanics of it are actually pretty straightforward, as you can see here. The second your premium comes in, a clock starts ticking. The insurer immediately figures out the unearned part and shuffles it over to this reserve. That money is then effectively locked away, acting as a guarantee that no matter what happens, the funds to cover your policy are safe and sound. So when you boil it all down, in this model, the insurance company is holding all the risk. They're the ones managing all the uncertainty, and that unexpired risk reserve, that's their financial safety net. But that's only one side of the story. Now, let's go ahead and flip the coin. Let's switch gears to a completely different kind of insurance product, and you'll see how a whole new story unfolds. Here, the entire narrative shifts, and suddenly, you're not just a policyholder, you're an investor. Welcome to the world of the unit-linked contract. Okay, so here, the entire model gets turned on its head. A unit-linked contract is a hybrid. It's part insurance, part investment. With these policies, there is no guaranteed value. Instead, how well your policy does is tied directly to investment funds that you, the policyholder, get to pick. The responsibility totally shifts. So, what does your money's journey look like here? Well, instead of going into a big reserve, your premium is used to buy units in a fund. Kind of like buying shares of a stock. The value of your policy then goes up and down with the market. You're in the driver's seat, choosing where to invest, which also means you're the one taking on the investment risk. The insurer just deducts some charges for managing everything and providing the life cover. It's like your own personal investment adventure, just with an insurance component attached. This model really puts you in control, and it comes with 3 key features. First, they're super versatile, so you can set them up for pure life protection or more as a savings tool. You also get the choice to invest in funds that match your own comfort level with risk, from very conservative to really aggressive. And finally, they're flexible. You can often adjust your premiums or even switch between funds as your life and your financial goals change over time. Okay, so we've seen the two sides, right? We've got the insurer with its big safety net, and we've got the policyholder acting as the investor. Let's put them head to head and ask the really big question. When it comes to investment risk, whose is it anyway? Let's just cut right to the chase. With a traditional policy, the insurer holds the investment risk, period. They have to manage their funds to make sure they can meet a guaranteed payout. But with a unit-linked contract, that risk is transferred directly to you. You get the potential for much higher gains, but you also take on the full risk of any losses. And this table just lays out the core differences perfectly. I mean, look at the purpose. One is all about securing funds for claims. The other is about linking value to investments. And the biggest difference, the one we've been talking about, who holds the risk? The insurer in one case, you in the other. It really is the difference between a company's safety net and your own personal investment vehicle. So, why does all this matter? Because knowing exactly where the risk lies is absolutely fundamental to making the right choice for you. It's not about which option is better, but which one actually lines up with your goals. Understanding this empowers you to see insurance not just as another bill to pay, but as a financial tool with a very distinct risk profile. And that really leaves us with a final thought to chew on. As you think about your own financial strategy, what really matters more to you? Is it the peace of mind that comes with a solid guarantee, knowing that safety net is there? Or is it the potential for growth that comes from taking on the risk yourself? There's no single right answer here, but knowing which side of that coin you're on, well, that's the first step.